Hi, my name is Melanie and I'm an elder at Bankery East Church. I'm also privileged to be part of the worship engagement team. This week marks the start of Lent, the 6-week period of time leading up to Holy Week and Easter. Over the next 6 weeks, the worship engagement team from Bankery East, joined by our friends from Dromore Durris, are going to lead a series of reflections based on the Archbishop of Canterbury's Lent book for 2021, Living His Story. This was written by the Reverend Dr. Hannah Steele. Lent is a time where traditionally we're invited to retreat and reflect. Many take it as a time to fast or to give something up, mirroring the time Jesus spent in the wilderness. This is a book about evangelism, about going out into the world and spreading the word of Christ. This has been a year like no other. We cannot meet as we normally would, but it is a year when God continues to work. He is a constant in our lives at a time when not much else is as we know it. This Christian story is a story like no other. It is one some find hard to believe. It is a story of virgin birth, miracles and healing, and resurrection from the dead. This past year has, like I said, been like no other. If you had told this story of how we would have lived this past year just over a year ago, it is also a story we would have found hard to believe. A time of face masks, of staying at home, of global pandemic, and in a time in which we have to adopt a whole new way of life. The story we are asked as Christians to tell is not a dead one. It is one that is very much alive and one we are invited to actively take part in. The theme of this book is evangelism, the spreading of the gospel, and this can be something that many find hard to do. Jesus explained the kingdom of God through a series of stories. We all have stories to tell. This book starts with the greatest story of all time, and this is where we will start our reflection with George on Wednesday. We will work our way through a series of topics, a series of stories, looking at how we respond to God's initiative of evangelism, about how our personal stories can authenticate the gospel for others. We will think about how we can have life-transforming conversations and how we can pass on the story, the good news of Jesus Christ. We will discover how we can identify with the story of Jesus today, how we can share the greatest gift we could ever offer another person, the gospel of Jesus, considering carefully how it might be best to do so. Each one of us has a personal story to tell, a story of how we came to know Jesus, and we will look at how people come to faith in different ways. Please do join us, a group of ordinary people, as we tell this extraordinary story of redemption, sacrifice and love. Join us over the next 6 weeks as we explore and discuss a journey of Christian faith together.